If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the community. You won't want to miss what happens next in this emotional story about twins, hidden pain, family secrets, and the power of forgiveness. Mama's soft hand slid through my hair, and I'd always loved that feeling. Mama loves you. I held her hand against my cheek, but then it felt like some invisible force was pulling her away. Mama, don't leave me. Monty, Monty. Tally was standing by my bed, his eyes still heavy with sleep. You called for Mama. You missed her too, right? You were crying in your dream. Maybe we should go find her. No, you heard wrong. Go back to sleep. You've got deliveries at dawn. Tally slipped quietly out the door, and the room sank into silence again. I tried to swallow the truth. Mama had walked out on us, and I'd never forgive her for it. That night, sleep never came back. Hi, I'm Monty from the Philippines. I lived with my twin brother Tally in a house tucked behind the noisy streets of Manila, just the two of us, clinging to each other. Tally was still so innocent, too soft for this world, and I had no choice but to take care of him. I knew he kept Mama's photo in his wallet, still believing she'd return someday. But me? I didn't wait. I didn't hope. At 4 a.m., the alarm went off. I shot out of bed and shook Tally awake. Our job was hauling fish from the docks to the markets whenever the boats came in. Come on, wake up. Shipments aren't today. Tally groaned, rolled over, and buried his face in the pillow. Fine, I'll go myself.
The streets were still dark when I drove toward the harbor. The salty air mixed with the stench of fish, crates slammed together, vendors shouting prices. It all hit me at once and jolted me awake. The only reason I hire you two is out of pity. Everyone else uses trucks these days. Thanks, boss. I grabbed a crate twice my size. Since Tally didn't come, that meant I had to work twice as hard. My legs shook, and only after 2 steps, I almost lost it. Careful. Before disaster could strike, another pair of hands caught the crate. I just saved your butt, didn't I? Tally grinned like a boof, flashing all his teeth. He's always been such a good kid. We worked harder than usual that day, hauling load after load to the fish market. The boss even slipped us extra cash. I drove us to the market, and Tally carried crates like they weighed nothing. The vendors laughed at his chatter, handed us fresh shrimp and fish to take home, and called us the strong twins. When we finally wrapped up, we cooked ourselves a feast, golden bangus sizzling in the pan, the smell filling the whole house. We sat down and ate together. The taste of home was so salty, warm, comforting. Then Tally's phone buzzed. His smile faded the moment he looked at the screen. What's wrong? He didn't answer right away. His lips trembled like the words were stuck. It's Mama. My chest clenched instantly. Give it here. How are you two? I miss you. The fork slipped right out of my hand. Anger, hurt, bitterness, they all crashed over me at once. Delete it. We don't need her. I shoved another bite of rice into my mouth, even though I couldn't taste the thing anymore. That night, I went into Tally's room, planning to apologize, but he was already asleep. His wallet lay open under his pillow, revealing the photo he treasured most. Mama wrapping her arms around us when we were little. I stared at it too long until he shifted in his sleep. How are you two? She wanted to know. Fine, I'd show her. The next morning, I had a plan. Come on, Tally, let's go have fun. We hopped on a Jeep across town to a fancy mall I'd never dared step into. Inside a clothing store, I yanked outfits off the racks and shoved them at him. Try these. We're just borrowing. Monty, why? Just do it. We put on clothes worth more than a month's rent and struck poses in the mirror. Tally fumbled with the camera, snapping photos without even knowing why. Later, at a sleek cafe, we ordered the cheapest drinks on the menu and sat there chilling like we owned the place. More photos. Every single one posted online. You know, for Mama to see. And then I texted her back. We're fine. Better than fine. Don't worry about us. If she wanted updates, I'd give them, even if it was a lie. To keep both lives running, I had to grind harder. Mornings at the market before sunrise, me and Tally hauling as many crates as possible. By noon, deliveries were done, but rest wasn't an option. I slipped away to a little eatery down the street for my side job. The place was packed,
customers yelling when food was slow, and I just smiled through it. One time, I almost got fired for spilling soup, but a kind customer spoke up for me. "Don't worry, sweetheart, she didn't mean it." The owner grumbled, but kept me on, and as I wiped down the mess, my heart weirdly felt lighter. That night, Tally clumsily rubbed oil on my aching hands, his face twisted with worry. "Sis, you can't keep carrying this weight alone. Maybe we should tell Mama." "No, I'm fine, we're fine, don't bring her up again." The words had barely left my mouth when a knock rattled the door. Tally rushed over, peeked outside, and froze. "It's Mama." Through the crack, I caught a blurry glimpse of her in the rain. She looked older, worn down compared to the day she left us. My hand nearly touched the doorknob, but instead I grabbed Tally's wrist and yanked him back. "Monty, Tally, it's me." I switched off the light. Darkness filled the room, and that was my answer. I held Tally close, steadying his trembling. Mama lingered outside for what felt like forever, so close, yet worlds apart. Then she left. Tally tore out of my arms. "Why? Why won't you just tell her the truth? I don't get it. You miss her, I miss her. You cry in your sleep and call her name. Why do you keep pretending you don't care? Why do we have to fake being okay when we're clearly not?" I just sat there frozen. The rain outside pounded harder, but it couldn't drown out the storm in my chest.
Tally stayed mad at me for days, but I brushed it off. I buried myself in the fish market, waiting around in case someone needed deliveries. By noon, I perched on crates chewing on cold rice and dried fish. That's when I saw her. At first, I thought it was a hallucination, but no, it was Mama. She stood only a few steps away. "Monty." Panic hit me. I was wearing old, worn-out clothes. What if she realized I'd been lying about the better life I'd bragged about? "I saw you working at the eatery. People said I'd find you here." "No, I wasn't working. I was just buying seafood for dinner. Tally wanted king crab and lobster. Yeah, that's it." Then I bolted, hating myself for spitting out such a pathetic lie. Another day at the docks. Boats were coming in heavy with fish, but Tally was nowhere in sight. I finally found him hiding behind a cabin. "Tally, what are you doing?" He jumped, trying to hide his phone. Too late. I snatched it. The words on the screen stabbed right through me. "Mama, we miss you. We're not okay. Monty's just pretending." My whole body went cold. A strange feeling rushed through me. You told her. She needs to know the truth. She doesn't deserve it. She abandoned us, and now you're just letting her back in? Your lies are stupid, and I don't care. I just want Mama back. Why can't you get that? You betrayed me, Tally. You betrayed me. My hand flew before I realized it. The sting burned my palm. Tally dropped his gaze, silent, then turned and ran. "Tally!" I shoved through the crowd, dodging carts, desperate not to lose him.
"Hey, the boat's about to leave." I didn't care. I couldn't lose anyone else in my life. Minutes bled into hours. My legs dragged through Manila's streets, searching. But Tali was gone. By the time the sun sank, I stumbled home, too drained to even feel the gnawing hunger. I collapsed on the floor, staring at the cracked ceiling. The emptiness pressed down heavier than the Manila heat. For the first time, it hit me. My lies had cost me more than losing Mama. Maybe this time, I'd lost Tally too. I must have passed out because the next sound I heard was the door creaking open. I was thrilled at the thought that Tali would have to come home once he got hungry. I'll cook something, a big meal. But it wasn't Tali. It was Mama, and her hand was clutching his. My chest hollowed out on the spot. She had stepped back into our home. "Monty, my sweet girl, we need to talk." No. I knew I was stubborn, but the scars on my skin, the sleepless nights, the years of crying alone, they made it impossible to forgive. "Why did you do it?" "I left because of debts, the ones your father left me with. I thought if I went away, if I worked, if I paid it all off, you wouldn't have to suffer like me. People said you ran away with another man. That was a lie. I thought if you hated me, it would be easier to forget me than to keep waiting for me. Her words slammed into me harder than any tidal wave. But I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I should have been here. I should have never left you two alone.
All I could do was tremble as tears blurred my vision. The hatred cracked, the heartbreak spilled over, and I knew I had to run. Tally grabbed my hand before I could. I don't want you carrying everything alone. I want us to have Mama back. I want all of us together. Those fancy photos were fake. I lived a life that wasn't mine just to prove I didn't need you. Mama rushed forward and wrapped me in her arms. I collapsed against her, shoulders shaking, while Tally held us both tight. For the first time in years, I felt whole again. The very next morning, the first thing I did was delete all those pretentious photos I'd posted online. I walked out of my room, and the smell of food drifted from the kitchen. Mama was there, tasting the broth, while Tally stood beside her helping. No one woke me up. You've been waking up at 4 a.m. for years. Now you get to sleep in a little. Come here, Monty. On the table sat steaming plates of adobo, bangus, and sinigang, filling the whole house with the scent of home. This tastes like family. Okay, everybody say cheese. We snapped a photo right there in our tiny home, 3 faces glowing with laughter. We still had a long road ahead of us, but so what? We face it together. What do you think will happen next in a story like this? Leave your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about future stories.